Morning, everybody. Shrek and Fiona here. Say good morning, Fiona.
Good morning, Fiona.
We are beginning day 3, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Give you little highlights of what we got so far, which you'll see the video. But starting off, we started off at about 4 o'clock, and it's about a 2-hour drive from Murphy up to where we were going in the Great Smokies. And
You have to slurp.
yes, I have to slurp. I like slurping. You don't like slurping? I will try not to slurp for the camera. Anyways, we're going down Big Creek. We're going down Big Creek Trail, which is about 30 miles all around. But anyways, the first day we got here about 4 o'clock, and we hiked up Big Creek Trail. Big Creek Trail is about 5.5 miles long. You gain about 1,000 feet elevation. It was actually an old logging rail bed, but the whole way up, you're following Big Creek, and
It is beautiful.
To use an adjective, yes, it's beautiful. No, as you come up at about 1.5 miles up from the beginning of Big Creek, you walk into you come across Midnight Hole, which is named that because the water is just deep emerald green. You could jump off the rocks right there. A little further up, Mouse Creek Falls, which we got a bunch of pictures and video in front of, and it's absolutely beautiful. So the actual Big Creek Trail was kind of neat, but it goes basically the way we're traveling is we're jumping off and on several different trails. We're going from Big Creek onto Gunter Fork Trail, onto Balsam Trail, onto Mount Sterling Trail, and then onto Baxter Creek Trail home. So Big Creek was really nice. It's considered easy trail, but then it gets to Gunter Fork.
Yeah, that's
Gunter Fork.
It's beautiful.
Gunter Fork is beautiful. It's about 6.5 miles long. It took us 9.5 miles to do it. I'll get to that in a minute. Thank you, Fiona. But it is straight up. You have we actually crossed. We had to wade through knee-deep creeks, about 6 of them altogether, or rock scramble over creeks, and it's really kind of overgrown in a lot of parts. It's hard to follow the trail sometimes. I mean, you're walking through shoulder-high grasses,
yeah,
trying to find the trail. It's a neat trail, but once you get through the creeks, once you're around all the creeks, it is literally we went straight up for a good 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Wouldn't you say? Something like that. Anyways,
no, I don't think it was quite that long, but
it was 4 hours at least.
Once you pass the slide,
once you pass this, there's a beautiful rock slide. We stopped for lunch, by the way,
water
at
slide,
Gunter
slide
Falls,
water, whatever they want to call it.
Right, Gunter Falls. We stopped for lunch and had lunch there, and we got pictures and videos, which I'm sure she'll stick on there right now. But and it was a beautiful spot to have lunch. I lost my buck knife, so if anybody's traveling on Big Creek or Gunter Fork Trail.
It's on Gunter Fork.
It's on Gunter Fork, I believe. Yeah, it's a beautiful buck knife. Lost it. But anyways.
If you stay at Laurel Gap, you can pick up the...
If you stay at Laurel Gap, there is a sheath for it at Laurel Gap. I left it for whoever might find it. But anyways, it is a strenuous climb. I would consider that trail to be extremely strenuous, extremely overgrown. Quite a few times we backtracked a little bit to find the trail. And we kind of screwed up when we got to the top of Gunter Fork. We assumed that Laurel Gap Shelter was 1.1 miles off of the trail.
Some of the directions we were given were reading 1.1 miles.
And yeah, we wound up going 1.5 miles down a trail that we had no business being on. It literally we wouldn't have hit anything for another 6 miles or something, 5 miles to get to the AT. It actually ran up to the Appalachian Trail.
Well, as far as we went, we only really had to go another 3 miles and we would have been in it.
because we went a mile and a half down it, and so we had to turn around a mile and a half back. So we added 3 miles to our 6.5 mile supposed 6.5 mile trip. So we did 9.5 miles yesterday to get to Laurel Gap Shelter. Laurel Gap Shelter, we took video of it, is beautiful. It's really a nice shelter. It's really well done. It's got a fireplace, which we couldn't get any fire going because it rained all day yesterday. I mean, when we were scrambling up Gunter Fork Trail straight up for 4 hours, we were walking through mud trails, just slipping and sliding, trying to get up here. So everything was soaking wet. Our packs were all wet. Everything we were wearing was wet. Plus, we screwed up and had to do an extra 3 miles. So when we got home back here to Laurel Gap Shelter, we were not in the best of moods, and we crawled up into our little sleeping area and tried to sleep. Did not succeed very well at that, because every time I tried to fall asleep, someone would start snoring and wake me up. But she did share her sleeping bag with me, and she did try to keep me warm all night because she's a sweetheart. And I don't deserve her.
It snores.
And I don't deserve her.
I don't deserve him.
But anyways, we are now leaving Laurel Gap Shelter, which I really don't want to do. I'd like to spend another 3 or 4 days here, but unfortunately we were running out of food. And we are going to head to Mount Sterling Ridge Trail. There is a fire tower at the top of Mount Sterling, so we're doing some more climbing today, which my legs will appreciate. Spend the night up there on the top of Mount Sterling, and then hike down on Baxter Creek Trail the next day, if we don't decide to walk out here tonight. And we'll have some more video highlighting our adventures on Mount Sterling and Baxter Creek Trail. Hopefully we won't take a wrong turn somewhere this time. But anyways, that's it. We're packing up camp here, and we're heading down the trail once again. We'll talk to you later. Say bye, Fiona.
Bye, Fiona.
Bye. Talk about trailblazing. There is a trail here, I believe. This is where we're having lunch this afternoon. A little meadow. Kick off the old hiking shoes for a little while.